the podcast underground. Cheap mics buzzing, webcams blurry. Put it out there, no need to worry. Find K66.9 is no joke. Audio so rough, makes your ears choke. But they keep talking, voices ain't broke. Budget keeps microphones stroke. We ain't got cash, just passion black. Audio crack. Rock this podcast. Crack the podcast. Crackling audio, background invite. Authentic sound in the dead of the night. Listeners tune in, nothing's ever tried. Raw and pretty, not pristine or light.
We went back for a minute. Good evening, everybody, and thank you for joining us. How's that, joining us? I'm Clay, and this is,
I'm Kevin.
and we're gonna. This is the Budget Podcasting live broadcast.
Yes, it is. And this week we are talking about, what are we talking about this week?
We're talking about a couple things, planning, but I think we've kind of done our homework on different platforms for streaming,
Mm-hmm.
i.e. StreamYard, EVMux, Riverside. Those are the three that we're going to talk about tonight, and OBS.
OBS, definitely.
Yes.
When you are starting a podcast, you need a place to either record or stream to. And OBS, I believe, is the first place you kind of want to start. Especially if you're just one person starting out. OBS, you can just bring in your camera. This is kind of what OBS looks like right here.
Mm-hmm.
It's not hard once you get in there. There's a lot of different things you can do within OBS,
A lot.
but the simplest thing is basically just bringing in your video source, your audio source, and hitting record and go.
Mm-hmm.
That to me is one of the simplest ways to start. OBS is free. You're not paying anything extra. So that definitely works into the realm of budget.
So with OBS, you've got to do a little bit of homework when it comes to your chat. Good evening, Eric from the Broken Brain Show.
Mm-hmm.
Bringing in your chat, your live chat, you can do it. I haven't done it yet because I need to do a little more homework. There's just a little more educating that you got to do to get yourself to the point with OBS, because you can pretty much do everything you can do with EVMux, StreamYard, Riverside. You can do all of that with OBS, but you've got to be a little more technical, and you've got to learn how to bring in the plugins and the different backgrounds, and
Mm-hmm.
it's a little more complex.
Yeah, it's a lot more complex. There's plugins, like you said. You can adjust, your lighting and stuff within OBS as well. You can even adjust your audio output with some limiters and compressors and stuff like that. They have all that stuff within OBS. I would suggest like doing a little bit more research on that if you're going to mess with that or just going right in. Adjust your mic gain on your mic and just going. And that is what I would suggest if you're a single person just starting out, not really knowing a whole lot, and you need a place to record. that's where I would record starting out. Maybe not stream right away within OBS. I would start recording that way, unless you've done your research and you know and you're confident in doing all of that. But if you want to start streaming out and you have a guest like me and Clay are, we're in two different locations. It's just easy to have somebody to send out a link and have them join. And with that, I would suggest StreamYard. StreamYard is very easy to operate. It's simple. It is you can just, like I said, you could just send a link. It's an easy setup to get a scene to look basically almost like this, maybe without some of the fancy,
Yeah,
audio levels and stuff like that.
it's definitely a dulled down version of EV
Right. But it's but you gotta pay to use, StreamYard. Clay, do you actually have
I
what
do.
StreamYard costs?
StreamYard. Let's go ahead and I'll bring that screen in.
Mhm.
StreamYard. What's going on? Here it is. I don't know how to make it full screen.
I got you.
Um,
I
yeah,
got you. Full screen, maximize. There we go.
So there's StreamYard, and you can do a free plan. You're going to get their logo. I believe Eric is primarily that's what he's been doing.
Yeah, Eric uses
So
StreamYard. Yeah.
yeah,
He
but I mean
loves
the
it.
free one, yeah, no, it's great. This is what I was using before I started joining in with you and Mike.
Mhm.
Me and Boneyard, we were using StreamYard, and the free one works. But then there's like features that you don't have on the free one if you go up to like the basic, which is $9. So now it says per week. It used to be per month. They had a price per month, and it was like I can't remember, like $14 or $15.
Yeah, I've never seen one
No,
of these do weekly,
a weekly, yeah.
which is weird to me.
It is weird, but I mean it's an option. And that price changes. Let me go over there. So right now it's on a weekly plan. If you
Mhm.
switch to a yearly subscription to where you're paying once a year versus paying every week, it drops that cost down. Did it show the
Yeah, yeah,
update
yeah. It showed
to
the update.
$4.60 per week? You save over $200, but you're going to have to pay one big chunk up front. So keep
Right.
that in mind. If that's something that you're able to do, that's probably the better way to go. And then they've got the professional, which gives you everything that you get in the basic, but then you've got some extra features. You get to stream in 1080p. Um,
Which what I like about EVMux is even the free version of EVMux is 1080p.
is it? I didn't even know.
Mhm.
Um, but EV Mux, I didn't pull that one up for prices. Did you?
No, 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 I didn't. If
Let me.
what we'll do is let's close this and I'll let you bring that up
Yep.
and I'll talk about but yeah, StreamYard, that is a good option for when you're, you know, maybe like I said, you want to stream to multiple platforms such as Facebook, Twitter, um, 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 YouTube, all the platforms. They have a bunch of them that you can stream to directly. Lonnie Sanchez is in the house. What's up, Lonnie? Lonnie, get your ass away from there. Inside joke, inside baseball.
I figured.
Yeah. But it's one of those things to where that is the most simplest way to get
Yeah,
into the streaming to multiple platforms, bringing in guests. Um, once you're
it's a
used to
simple way
that,
to look good too.
yeah. Once you're used to that, and say you want to up your game a little bit more with a lot of features, still being able to bring in guests, have a chat come in, easy to use, I would suggest EVMux. EVMux is a great platform. That is what I use here, is what I use on Back to the Retro Review, the Mod Squad. I use EVMux, especially when I want to bring in multiple people. You can actually have guests and you can have what is called like moderators or seat members to where they can
Yes,
be behind the
seats. I think
scenes.
it is. Yeah.
they can be behind the scenes in the green room and control everything to where you're not having to do the speakers not having
Right.
to do all of that. If you have, the budget or you have a buddy that's willing to do all that. So
Here's
yeah.
I got the pricing for EV Mux. Want to
All
make
right.
that a larger screen.
Yep.
Um,
There we go.
okay, so just like StreamYard, it's got a free version,
Mm-hmm.
and on EV Mux, just like you said, the free one is full HD 1080p.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I would assume that's going to give you a watermark. Yep, you're going to have
Yep.
the powered by EV Mux watermark. But you can see there's a list here. I'm not going to read off from it. You can glance down at it.
Ton of features. Tons of
Tons of features,
features.
and that's on the free one. And then you
Mm-hmm.
move up to the mid grade, the basic, and it's if you've got it on. This is on annual. All right, so if it's that means you're going to pay one time for the whole year, but it equates to $19 a month.
Mm-hmm.
So you're going to get everything from the free one, but then they're going to remove the logo. You're going to get full pro scene builders, logo backgrounds, overlays, slideshows, pre-recorded streams up to 2 hours, unlimited streams, multi-stream 4 destinations, and custom RTMPs. Those are for like when you're, I mean, I think they use that for YouTube also, but I know like if you
Yeah.
go to Spotify and stuff like that, you have to have an RTMP.
It's for streaming platforms that they're not, they don't have a deal with as
Right.
right away. Yeah.
And the mid grade gives you 20 gigs of storage. So that right there for a team thing like me and Kevin, or me and Mike Newman, that's what kind of makes these basic plans a little hard is that 20 gigs.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes we need a little bit more, so we have to end up going with the Pro. And the Pro, you can see, gives you 50 gigs of storage. Um, and then there's just a few more features. What else? What else is there? 320 kbit
Mm-hmm.
audio.
And this one
Um,
gives you 4 seats to where you can
yep,
have 4 people
versus two.
basically run your whole platform.
Correct, Mundo. So there's that.
Yeah. And so once you're done, once you've kind of moved on from EV Mux and you want a real professional platform, and you want to sort of, I don't know, have more control after you've recorded, basically in post, you want a platform that does everything in post as well. I would suggest Riverside. Riverside is a very, you know, sleek. It is a very professional looking platform. You can
It's
do
a
a
little more
lot of
business like.
Yeah, you can do a lot of things in that in post that you can't really do on any other platform. You can add in would you tell me AI voice? Use your own voice as AI.
Yeah, so it'll copy. You basically train it for. You probably got to go through a little training where
Hmm.
you're gonna say a few phrases, a few words, um, and it's gonna have you speak at like moderate levels, and then it's gonna be able to take your voice and you can actually type out what you want it to say with your voice. That's kind of neat.
It is
Neat,
neat.
scary, but neat. I
Well,
will say this that me and Boneyard have experience with Riverside and we loved it. It was a very good platform. But when we were using it, I'm thinking maybe they were kind of new because there was a lot of technical difficulties. Like we were always having to fix things and
mm,
always contacting customer support. That's when we switched to StreamYard, and StreamYard was just so much easier.
right. StreamYard is very user friendly. Do you happen to have the prices brought up on
For
Riverside?
I do. Hang on one second. All right, here we go.
And we'll bring those in.
Let me know when you're good.
No, go ahead, bring it. Go ahead and bring it in. Yeah.
Oh, so if you could make that bigger.
Mm-hmm.
Um, again, so they've got 4 different tiers. There's the free, there's the standard, there's pro, and then there's business. The business one, in order to even find out what the cost is, that one you have to actually contact sales, and then they'll go through and they'll break things down and find out what you need, what you're going to do. That's not, I don't think that's something for us. That's something for more like a company that's doing a lot of um, not just podcasting, but business based video conferencing. You know what I mean?
Right.
But
Man, this is the only platform I've ever seen that has 4K.
yes, yes, it does 4K. So
Wow.
so on the free version, you get up to 720. And then very next level, when you jump up to the standard for $19 a month, based on okay, so it's $15 a month if you pay once a year, 19 if you pay once a month. But you, you get 4K right there on the first level up from the free plan. That's pretty
Man,
good.
that's really good.
Yeah. So $19 a month, 4K. Not that you need to stream in 4K. Everybody's pretty much going to be watching it in 1080p anyway. But if you're streaming in 4K, the 1080p it's gonna convert and be a much better quality. I believe that's how it works.
Okay, and you can add on a live studio. So it records in 4K, but it live streams in 1080p.
Okay.
Because you can
Yeah.
add on available the live studio. Okay,
And it looks like each tier has that, because if you go to the pro, you can add that as well.
right.
And then the
It is very
pro,
hard to find a streaming platform to stream in 4K.
yeah. The
So,
pro gives you this is like we were talking, the AI voice generate speech in your own voice. You can do AI generated show notes, um, accept live call-ins. It's got the live chat, and it also, this is kind of neat, it's got a teleprompter for the host.
oh, that's
Not
very cool.
Yeah, it is. Not that I would use that, because I kind of try to base my videos and all my stuff on authenticity, and whenever I try to do something scripted or read something, I don't look very
Mhm.
authentic. So, but nice to have. It's got magic audio, which I'm not sure what that is. That's something new since the last time I used it. But what I do remember is, and it's probably in here on StreamYard, if anybody has heard of Opus Clips, which Opus Clips is a service that you can upload your videos to, and it will chop them up into shorts. It'll put them into portrait mode, and it does that. That's what Opus Clips does. Well, Riverside does that as well. I think it's called Magic Clips.
Magic clips. Let me
Yep,
bring that back
that's
here real quick. Let's see. Magic audio.
yeah. All I see is Magic Audio, but I don't see
Oh,
why they would have taken.
it's in the free tier. It's in
Okay,
the
so
free
see,
tier.
you're gonna
Yeah.
get it because it comes with everything. Yep, Magic Clips.
There you go.
And
Very
you can
cool.
look. So it says save yourself hours of editing time. Get AI generated clips of your recording highlights to share on social media.
Very
So
cool.
that's pretty cool. That's something that a lot of us, whether we're doing the shorts or not, we have to pay extra to do that.
Yeah. Another good advantage of using a streaming platform instead of OBS is OBS, you're using a computing system on your computer, you're recording, and you're doing everything on your computer that way. It is handling all the processing power. Your computer is taking all the processing power and using that. Using a streaming platform, you're using a web-based platform. So
Mm-hmm.
StreamYard, uh, Restream. We didn't talk about Restream, but
No.
Restream is another streaming platform. Um, Riverside, all of those they use their processing power. You're not using the processing power on your computer because it's all web based. You're basically streaming to them. They're processing everything and throwing it back out to the internet. So that is a good deal if you have like a lower end computer or an older computer that can't really handle the processing power. A streaming service will work fantastic for something for you if that is you're running into a problem that way.
Right. We didn't mention also, along with OBS, there's Streamlabs.
Mhm.
Streamlabs is this. It's the same. I believe it's like the same company, but they're one's set up a little differently. I've seen it. I've looked at it. It just didn't interest me. I mean, but it's very, very similar to OBS.
Yeah. Streamlabs. There's a few of them out there. I basically just grabbed the most popular ones at the moment, but there's definitely other ones out there. Do your research and find out what would work best for you. But yeah, it's one of those things to where I like the streaming platforms for recording guests and stuff like that because my computer's not having to use all that processing power. They're
No.
using all their processing power. You're just on my screen
Yep.
basically.
It's going up to the cloud wherever it goes,
Hmm.
being done there and processed and coming back.
Which is one reason why they're not able to do a whole lot of 4K yet, because that would probably just bog their system down so much.
Right.
Yeah, but even then, if you're like streaming to Facebook, I don't even think you can get 1080p in Facebook yet. I think that's still 720. Um,
Yeah, probably.
but yeah, YouTube you can definitely stream 4K and 1080p. But yeah, other platforms I'm not quite sure.
Yeah,
But yeah,
me neither.
that's really all we had on streaming
On
platforms.
those things. I do
Yeah,
want to
it's
say hi to Joe from Know Your Joe. He said
definitely
hi earlier. We never got a chance to talk to him. And Joe from Red Cabin Acoustic,
we
one
got a
of
lot
my
of
favorite voices in the whole wide world.
we got a lot of Joes in here. A lot of
Yeah.
Joes. Joe's. But yeah, that is basically all we had for streaming platforms. We can talk a little bit about planning too.
Mm-hmm.
As you've seen, we had clips and we had our prices ready to somewhat ready to go, but we were easily brought up. Make sure if you have a topic that you're going to discuss, make sure you have some planning, whether it be some visuals, whether it be you have just, some sort of notes. You don't have to have a full script, maybe some talking points. And you definitely want to hit those when you're recording or if you're doing a live stream
Yeah.
on any specific topic. You definitely want to be planned. You don't want to be winging it and having a whole lot of ums,
No.
ums,
Yeah.
long
I do that
pauses.
anyway, though.
Yeah.
It sucks.
No, I do it
But
too. That is my normal speech.
I just,
Even when I
yeah,
was talking
can't shake it.
earlier, yeah, I'll get caught up on words and I'll just freeze for a second. But that's just me speaking
Yeah. No,
normally.
I totally get it.
Yeah,
I also want to let everybody know that we're talking about recording versus whatever. Red Cabin Acoustic says, I'm old school. I still record in my camera.
yeah.
So I actually use whatever camera I'm going to use, whether it's my phone. Now I'm currently using, I haven't done a review on it yet. I should do that, right? The
Probably.
OBSBot Tiny 2 Lite. That's what you're seeing right now. Um, I use all of this stuff. I still record every video I make for the Chronicles channel, for the review channel. I record everything in OBS because it's so easy. I can plumb all of my audio in,
Hmm.
my video, and just have it all in one spot. And what's nice is I don't need an SD card. I don't need anything. It just records it right to my computer.
I use OBS. I use OBS as well when it's just me doing a product review.
Yeah.
Because it's simple, it's easy. I just bring in an audio source, bring in my mic, hit record, and go.
Hmm.
Especially now that I have a new toy, to where it has a lot of features that OBS has as far as audio and things. So
Yes. He's got a much desired toy that's not quite budget, but
no,
it's
it is definitely not budget.
phenomenal. So I'm just going to roll with supporting him on that one.
It is definitely not budget. I have moved on from the Vocaster. Um, the issues I was having the other day, I believe, was a firmware update because I updated it and then I recorded another show and it worked fine. It just so happened I had bought this after that or before that. So I
Yeah.
bought Rode, the Rodecaster Duo. And if you can afford it, because it is amazing, I highly suggest it.
Yeah.
Highly suggest it. There's so many things. I even have little sound pads that I'll probably hardly ever use. I can tell a bad joke and
I heard that earlier when you didn't know that I was here yet. I
uh,
heard you messing with that.
I have a bunch of things. Hey, it's Clay and Kevin.
Yeah, yeah. See? Um So we got something strange going on. I don't know what's up. Eric
Hmm.
Boneyard is watching, and he asked me just now, "Are my comments going through?" And they're not. There is nothing
Oh,
from him.
I don't know. Maybe try a different stream. If you're watching on Clay Allen, if you're watching on the Chronicles, maybe jump over to the review. If that don't work, jump over to back to the retro review. Maybe it could be something with that
Hmm.
specific stream. But
Yeah,
yeah,
I didn't. I was wondering because he was asking me when we were going on.
yeah, we're live.
Yeah,
We're live.
that sucks. I feel bad.
Boneyard. It is Boneyard, right? That was
Yeah.
Yeah, Boneyard. We're live, man. All right, guys. Now we're just gonna hang out. So if you have any questions whatsoever, please give us a try. I look. This is one of the things I love about this. Oh, wait a
What?
minute. I'm on the wrong setting.
Hmm.
Oh no, I'm not. I'm not on the wrong setting. Never mind. This is one of the things I love about this Roadcaster. Do it takes my Tank 3, and this is the settings I have in it. And now this is what it sounds like with no settings whatsoever. This is no processing at all. No processing, but I have a setting set up for the Tank 3. Press my Tank 3 and listen to that difference. Oh my goodness. I think there's a hell of a difference.
So what does Joe? No, your Joe says I have noticed that a lot of the comments that pop up on y'all's screen do not show up in the chat. Okay, okay. So
Oh,
this goes back to something that I was saying last time we were in the studio with EV Mux, where we had more viewers than what it said we had.
yeah.
And not that I'm counting numbers. That's not it at all. But when something's not accurate, it's kind of nice to know that it's not accurate. You know what I mean?
No, this is true.
So there's definitely quirks with
Um,
everything, with every stream platform you use. Um, Red Cabin Acoustic said he's watching on the Clay Allen Chronicles. I don't know which one Eric is watching on.
I just tested it. And
What do you?
that was from the Chronicles. Let me test from mine. Let me test from my channel. Let's see, because it should. Hey, I'm live on my channel. How about that? Testing real quick. And just see if that works. Yeah, see, I did it on my channel. So yeah, it's going through on those.
I wonder if he was watching on my review channel or my Chronicles channel.
I don't know.
I'm not sure.
But yeah, it meant just switch channels. It could be a
Yeah.
YouTube thing. Maybe you're. Did we block him? We
No.
blocked you, Boneyard. That's
Yeah.
what it is. We blocked
Why
you.
would we do that?
We don't want to see your comments, man. All those bones and yards. No.
Yeah, he goes, no, YouTube. Yeah, on YouTube, but like when you go on YouTube, you can watch
Hmm.
it from the Clay Allen Chronicles, you can
Hmm.
watch it from the Clay Allen Review, or you can watch it from Back to the Retro Review.
Yeah, I don't think some of the metrics are real time. Like it looks like we have 6 people
Mm-hmm.
listening to us now, according to what I'm seeing. But I don't know if that's accurate. I don't know if that's accurate at all.
I don't know.
But anyway, do you guys have any questions for us whatsoever, or anything that you? How was your week, Clay?
How
How
was
was your
my
week?
week?
Yeah,
My week has been good. I've been training my replacement. So
watching on TCAC. Oh, the Clay
the
Allen
Clay Allen
Chronicles.
Chronicles.
Dang acronyms, they get me every time. I always have to think in my head and almost count it out on my fingers. Clay Allen.
What?
I almost have to think about it in my head and count it out on my fingers with the acronyms. The
How do you
Clay
think we
Allen.
all feel about BTTRR?
Yeah, the
Like you
BTTRR.
might
Yeah,
as well be going ABCDEFG. You know?
yeah. Back to the retro review. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I get it. I definitely get it.
So yeah, Red Cabin Acoustics. Joe, I always say acoustics. It's acoustic. Joe is telling the same for Eric that it might just depend on the computer or mobile device.
Yeah.
Could be
Maybe
something to do
could
with that.
be
Looks
you
like he
may
was
have to
watching on
restart
his
the
TV.
app. You may have to restart the app too.
Yeah,
The app could be a little funky. Who knows, man? YouTube does some really funny things.
yeah,
YouTube does some funky things.
they do that. They do. Yeah, when he first wrote the TCAC, I was like, "What the hell's he talking about?" And then I was like, "Oh, the Clay Allen Chronicles."
There's
Hey,
Boneyard.
there
There
he
he
is.
is.
There he
Hey.
is.
Would you please briefly go over the pros and cons for using OBS versus paid streaming apps? Had to step away for a minute, not going on here for Thursday evenings. Yeah, not a problem. A
Look, he's dabbing. I'm sorry.
Using OBS is great to record. You can bring in plugins. You can do you can do everything that a streaming app can do in OBS, but your computer is going to be handling all that processing power.
Right.
Um, and if you have a guest on, it's easier just to send a link to a guest with a streaming service and have them join that way. Because a streaming service, when you're streaming that way, they use all the computing power. You're
Yeah.
streaming to the cloud, they're processing it and sending it to all the streaming platforms and recording it on the cloud as well. So all of those things combined, that is why you're paying for a streaming service. So your computer's not handling all that processing power and using it that way.
Correctamundo.
And the
Somebody asked. Oh, go
mhm.
ahead.
Oh, and the ease of use for like having guests on and stuff like
Yes,
that.
that's the part I like. That in the chat.
Yeah.
You can do all again. You can do all of that in OBS. You just got to do a little more homework. You got to
Hmm.
do. You got to go onto the OBS website, get the right plugins, download the right plugins.
Make sure all the drivers work with those plugins. It can be messy. It can be
Right.
very messy.
Joe at Red Cabin Acoustic. Kevin is on the Fafine Tank 3,
Hmm.
and he's going through his Roadcaster. What is it?
Duo. Yeah, I got a
Roadcaster
Roadcaster
Duo.
Duo.
I am on the Mayono PD100, just going through the Vocaster, and I do have it on a radio enhancement in there, which on radio, I've got a couple of adjustments that I made myself. I lowered the compression and I bumped up the highs just a little bit and turned off the rumble reduction. So
Nice.
that's what
Michael C said, awesome backgrounds. Thank you, man.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mine's a little darker than normal, and it's still okay because I started off my channel with a completely black background. There was nothing back there, so I was just like,
Mrs. K.
"Hey, Mrs. K, how you doing?"
We
I was
got
just a
Mrs.
floating
K's
head.
Just a little inside baseball. We got Mrs. K scheduled for a guest on the conversations with the
Oh,
Mod Squad
sweet,
coming soon.
sweet. Yeah, the backgrounds. Mine looks a little different because ever since I started using the OBSBot, I have to kind of tweak the image settings so that I don't look as washed out. And then when I do that, it ends up making my background kind of black, kind of dark.
Right.
It's black anyway, but you know, it looks blacker.
So Red Cabin, I
Darker.
don't know if you heard. This is the Tank 3 in the Roadcaster. On the settings I made, the preset I made, I'm gonna bring it down to neutral. This is no presets. This is, no processing on whatsoever on the Tank 3. Sounds decent, but I like the sound right here.
That sounds good. That does not sound like the Tank 3 to me.
Well, thank you. It has a really rich sound in my opinion. Using it this way.
What's up, Eric? Boneyard finally coming through. Hey, guys.
See that. Miss K says she's doing well. How are we doing? We're doing good. We've already went through our topic of discussion, Miss K. It was about streaming platforms versus OBS and what they're used for. Like OBS is fine. OBS is great if you're a gamer though as well, because you can bring
Yes.
in different sources easier through OBS than
And I
say
think
a streaming platform.
when I mentioned Streamlabs earlier, I think Streamlabs is geared more towards gamers as well, like specifically like using it with Twitch combined with Twitch. I
Yeah.
think I don't use it, so that's not 100% accurate information. That's the vibes that I got.
Thank you, Red Kevin. Thank you very much. Yeah, see,
Yes.
Miss K uses Streamlabs.
Yep. See, and she's
So,
a gamer, so
hmm
my suspicions were correct.
and that may be why I didn't mention them because I've never used them, so I have nothing to really say on them if they're good or not. Miss K uses it. Miss K, how do you like Streamlabs? Have you used Streamlabs and have you used OBS? Which do you prefer? Which I would imagine you like Streamlabs better since
She's
that's what
using
you're
it.
currently using.
Yeah.
But yeah, OBS you can do a lot of overlays and stuff like that, which I can imagine you can do in Streamlabs as well. But
Yeah, there's like I said, it's very similar. I think
mhm.
it's the same company. It's the same people.
But again, it's processing power. A lot of computers can't handle the gaming
Yeah.
and the streaming at the same time with a good with a good frame rate and keeping up with the game and all that too.
She
Yeah,
said it's simpler with Streamlabs.
there you have it.
So
Straight from the
that's
master
like
gamer.
yeah, that's like the EV Mux and StreamYard compared to Riverside. These are all probably a
Hmm.
lot simpler to use, easier to get all these cool little gimmicky features, whereas StreamYard is kind of streamlined, basic, but very professional and businesslike.
Hmm. And EVMux, it has so many features. I would say EVMux is like OBS and StreamYard had a baby, and this is what you got.
It is. And that's
Because
the other thing is the people that make EV Mux, I think they used to work at Streamlabs
it
or vice
very well could
versa.
be.
But EV Mux is definitely a better version of StreamYard, in my opinion.
There you go. Know Your Joe said, "How do you like Streamlabs for gaming, Mrs. K?" Dude, she just. I suggest everybody go check out Mrs. K's channel. Man, she just got a new monitor, and it looks freaking amazing.
I know. The Omen. I was thinking
Yes.
about it. I'm like, I mean, I've already got a 32-inch curved screen,
Mm-hmm.
and then I've got a vertical 27-inch over here. But I'm thinking about changing it up and having no verticals and just going back to all landscape.
I have one monitor only because I don't do any gaming on here. This is all I use, and it works good for me. It's a decent sized monitor. I think it's a 27. No, it's got to be bigger than that.
I don't know.
32 maybe.
27's 27's pretty good size, believe it or not. My 32 is a monster. If you've got a 32, you know it.
Okay, so it's
It's
probably 27. Yeah,
it's a beast. Like
yeah, that's what she said.
yeah.
Let's see. Let's
I
see.
did so Know Your Joe asked about Ecamm.
Mm-hmm.
I have tried Ecamm and I really I to be honest with you, I probably like Ecamm the best out of all of them because if you are a Mac user, I have a MacBook Pro. Ecamm is built and designed specifically for Mac and it's native. So like once you download it, you can literally pull it apart. It's modular. You can the whole thing like picture taking OBS and StreamYard and then taking your chat and pulling it and putting it over here on this screen, taking your mic settings and pulling it and putting it. That's what you can do with the Ecamm.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's really cool. It's really neat. You can have multiple monitors, like multiple windows where you're viewing yourself. Really
Yeah,
cool.
I'm running with a desktop, so I don't have any Apple products
No,
actually.
you wouldn't even be able to use Ecamm because it's
Yeah.
specifically made for Mac.
That's what we should do as well. We were on last week with you and Mike on Level Up, sort of kind of rating people's setups. I'd like
Oh
to
yeah,
do that here. I'd love to do that here
yeah, we
one
could
day.
do that.
One day.
We could do that. We'll do that. Yeah, maybe next time.
Yeah. Get
We'll
people to
we'll
send in.
we'll
Yeah,
pickpocket Mike, and we'll do some
I think he
setup ratings.
pickpocketed that from someone else
Oh, I'm
too.
sure.
There's no
that's
real
that's the
original
name of the
ideas
game,
anymore.
man.
Yeah,
That's the name
yeah.
of the game.
It's not pickpocketing. It's borrowing. We're
Yeah,
borrowing.
innovating.
Yeah. I'd like I'd like I'd like to Miss K to send in her setup and us, pick it apart.
Hmm.
Just sort of like, oh, I don't like that. I
Dude, I
like
was
that.
surprised. You guys voted pretty good on my setup, and I'm like one of the worst ones.
Well, let's face it. You took good pictures.
I know how to use a camera.
Yeah. You took good pictures. If we
Yeah.
got like a wider view and seeing everything else, maybe not so much.
Right.
Miss K, do
Um,
you use two computers, one for games and one for streaming processes, or do everything on one computer,
I
also
was
PC or
wondering that
Mac?
myself.
Yeah, that's a good question.
Yep. I was actually thinking to myself, now does she, because she's a computer gamer. So
Mm-hmm.
like I was like, how is she doing the computer gaming and using her computer to stream and record simultaneously? So
Man,
yeah.
she's killing it on those games too, man. She's
Oh
awesome.
yeah. I watch her as much as I can. I'm not into games, so it's tough.
Mm-hmm.
But I like when she was doing some stuff the other day. She was just talking, and I was like, oh hey, I don't know. I just got into it. I believe it was some prayers or something like that. I don't know. It
Yeah.
was cool though. I liked it. Dig it.
There you go. Know your Joe. She uses one computer for streaming and gaming. There you go.
Wow. Must be a
Which is
good
also,
computer.
yeah,
Yeah.
well, she's using Streamlabs, so it's handling all that processing power.
Right.
Let's see, where were the pictures? I forgot about setup pics.
Where
They
were
were
they?
on, they were on Level Up last
Yeah.
Friday with Mike and Clay.
Yeah. There was a few people had sent in pictures of their setups, and we kind of graded them. What was the one? Uh, Jesse the outfit. What is it?
Oh man, if you're gonna ask me about a name
Yeah,
that
she
from
sent
last
in
week, there's
one.
no way.
Live stream consultant sent in one. Actually, he sent in two: his setup
Hmm.
and his granddaughter's. But it was pretty cool. It was neat. And then we kind of graded everybody.
Then we sent we live took a picture of our own setup and
I did mine video. I did mine like live
oh
video.
yeah,
I was like,
yeah.
yeah,
My setup has changed since then slightly, but
yeah. You had to make room for that big ass honking audio device.
it's it's like twice the size,
Oh, I
almost
know.
three times. Yeah,
It's
it's
big.
pretty big. But I also made space on my desk to where now I have two mics. I have one on a boom arm here, one on a boom arm there, and I have all my other mics set up right to the side. It's
Mike just
pretty.
chimed in. Roadcaster Duo, baby.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
We need a picture. You need to do that. We need to see that thing, that bad boy sitting on your desk right now.
Okay, okay. Hold on.
He's like, okay, I'm putting him on the spot.
Yeah, Jesus. Hold on. Let me take a picture. Not of the ceiling.
Not of the ceiling.
Sort of. Get all my mics in there as well.
Oh wow, an RTX 4070 with a Ryzen 5700X.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
That's a setup.
that's a beast.
That is a setup. Let me
Yeah,
take a better picture. My lenses
but I
are.
get it. You want, man, when you're doing stuff like that, you want it to do what you want it to do. You got to pay to play, Mrs. K.
Ooh, I want some of that Miss K money because I know she dropped it. Let me see.
Yes, Mike, it is. Is that not cool?
Yes, this is the Timo shirt. Yes, this is the Timo shirt.
It's
I,
so
I
slick.
recorded an episode of Mod Squad right before this, so I had this on and I just didn't feel like changing. Oh, all right. So I'm going to send this to Facebook so I can bring it in. bring it in
I was
here.
actually watching for a little bit. Mike's. They did like a random. They usually do it on Tuesday nights. I think it was the Coffee at the Cross. I'm not positive. It just popped up on Facebook and it didn't say. It just said Mike Newman.
Let's see. Miss K has one heck of a setup. She's a great gamer
Yeah.
and everything. So
What does my shirt say? Know your Joe. It says, um, it says, ask me about social distancing, and it's Bigfoot.
all right, here it is.
Oh, you got like smudges on your camera lens, but
Yeah.
that's cool. We can still see it right next to your RGB keyboard. That looks
Yeah.
pretty sweet, man.
Hey, the smudges give it sort of a little glowing effect. So,
Yeah,
but yeah, there it is, man. I tell you what, I love it. I love it. It makes my Tank 3 sound amazing.
it does. I like I told you, I wasn't looking earlier, and he was talking on the Tank 3. Excuse me, I got like a little hiccups
Mm-hmm.
going on. And when he said he was on the Tank 3, I was like, what? That doesn't sound nothing like the Tank 3. Sounds kind of similar to this.
See, did I miss any comments? Let's see. Bigfoot shirt, sweet.
He said you had it on the mystical filter.
I
It was
did.
very, I heard like the little wind chimes when he showed us that picture.
I did. So, Mike, you went here. I'm gonna do it again because I love this. I love the different sound. This is neutral. No processing whatsoever. Tank 3 still sounds good. This is the sound that I was almost originally had, that I fell in love with. But then I played with some settings in this thing and and now this is the sound of the Tank 3 with some settings changed
It
in the
sounds so
Rodecaster Pro
good.
or Duo.
That
Rodecaster
sounds
Duo.
really good. Boneyard says Bigfoot's name is Glenn.
It is a Know Your Joe. It's custom preset. It is a custom EQ.
Yeah, custom. I thought Bigfoot's name was Harry. Harry and the Hendersons.
Harry and the Hendersons. That is a great movie.
Yeah,
that is
yeah.
a great movie. I had to watch that for my Back to the Retro show, and I'm not gonna lie, it got misty in the room for some reason.
Oh,
and
is that the one?
Yeah, it got misty.
Yeah.
It got super
There was
misty,
dust.
man.
There was dust in Kevin's room.
Oh man, and I don't know why. It must have just caught me in the right mood, but it got real dusty in the room.
That's good.
What profile presets? Oh, never mind. Yeah, it's a custom preset. I went in and played with I started with the broadcast, and then I went in and changed some of the EQ from
Yeah.
that.
Sounds good, man. It sounds really relaxing like that. You could use that for like a long audio only podcast where you're like telling a story, you're like reading an audio book. I think that would be almost a really good fit for that.
Oh yeah, there once was a man from Nantucket.
Why did I know you were going to say that?
Because you know me. Harry and the
Yeah,
Hendersons is a good movie. It's a great movie.
it is, Joe. It's a good one. Yep. There was a scene where he's crying or something, didn't there?
Who, Harry or me?
Yeah, no, Harry.
No, yeah,
No,
oh, yeah,
I know.
oh, yeah.
You weren't in the movie though.
No, I mean, I put a little hair on my head. I
Yeah,
guess I could almost
you're pretty
be.
close. You know what's funny is I have a picture of me from a while back when I just had a goatee, and I think it was just a goatee. I took a picture of me making the same face, as Harry, and I put the two together, and it was almost identical. It was crazy.
Let's see. Very nice settings for the Tank 3. What does it sound like with a WS14 pop filter with that custom setting? I don't know.
You don't have one of those, do you?
No, I don't have one.
No.
Yeah, this is the closest thing I got, and I can't get on there. Hold on. I can do this. Maybe that's a different type of sound. I don't know. I'm just talking to the end of it,
This is podcasting for imbeciles now.
I still got to go through and
Oh, look at Know Your Joe's response. You
that's
got
right.
to read it.
The Nantucket who recorded a podcast in a bucket. I like that.
That's great.
That should be our opening. We should have Red Cabin just say, "You are now listening to Budget Podcasting with Clay and Kevin from Nantucket, who once recorded in
a
bucket."
podcast in a bucket. Sure, why not?
Oh, we're losing our minds.
Yeah, that's
Losing our
okay.
minds. No.
That's par for the course. Oh, Mike, I just wanted to, if you're listening, let you know tomorrow is the last day. And Eric, tomorrow is the last day. So Eric's going to be seeing me a little bit more if he's still watching.
Very cool.
Because we have a couple of potential clients up where he lives in the mountains for some, I guess you could call it marketing, advertising. So, Know Your Joe, the last day. Tomorrow is the last day at my current job.
Yep.
And I'm going to spend about a year really pushing my own stuff, which is video production and this stuff. But this is not what's going to be bringing me in the bread and butter right now. So I got to put some focus into my own things.
Yeah. Or Red Cabin said he's getting over something, but when he's in full voice, check our email. I was just
Check
joking,
your email.
man. We were just
there you
joking. Let's see. New adventures for Clay. Yeah. Hey, man. The Clay Allen adventures.
go. Yeah, right.
It's not the adventures anymore. It's the chronicles, but you can chronicle your adventure.
Know Your Joe says, break a leg. If I'm not careful, I might break a hip.
Dude. So I've had back issues the past, I don't know, few months, like really bad back issues. I've recently started going to a chiropractor, and I don't know why I did not do this before. Like, my back feels so much better. And like, you would not even believe how much better.
So if you don't mind, do you care if we, because I'm not going to have sound. Eric sent me a thing and he said, play this. But if I do it, I don't think you're going to hear the sound, are you?
Is it on your phone?
Yeah.
Just hold it up to the microphone.
But it's a video. Unless I send it to you.
Yeah, I don't know if you'll have sound
because we keep talking about Harry and the Hendersons and stuff. He wants to show everybody this. Dude, he can come up with some funny stuff. That's why I want to get him trying to get him on more, because he's just hilarious. He's good with voices. So I sent it, Eric. I sent it to see if for some reason Mac, when I upload or share a screen on EVMux, it won't play the sound. Kevin should be able to.
Yeah, I should be able to. Give me a second.
We should be able to hear the sound.
Maybe.
He said it's worth it. It's a funny commercial from Progressive. It's Daryl the Bigfoot. Let's try this.
Oh, it's YouTube, so I can. Give me 1 second. I'm going to add it in. So how's everybody's week been going? Is everybody ready for Friday? Like, I don't know about anybody else. I am super ready for Friday. I'm going to.
I think I know what he's talking about. He said he just wants to be seen. Oh man.
There we go.
Oh,
Can you
there it
see it?
is.
Okay.
Yeah.
People used to care. Heck, they'd come all the way out here just for a blurry photo of me.
Oh, that's a good one.
Wait, what's that?
That's just a low battery warning.
Oh, right.
Now it's all, check out my RV and let's go four-wheeling. Maybe there's a little part of me that wanted to be seen.
Well, Progressive helps people save when they bundle their home with their outdoor vehicles. So
Throwing his
they've got
arms
other
up.
things to do now, Bigfoot.
Wait, what did you just call me?
Bigfoot?
My name is Daryl.
His name is Daryl.
My name is, wait, what did you just call me? My name is Daryl.
Let's see. Miss K says she's definitely ready for Friday.
Friday.
Mary Jo said,
Yeah.
this week has flew by. It kind of has. Usually the week drags for me, but this week has kind of flew by, which is a good thing.
Yeah. Mine's been good. It's been different because I usually work by myself at work. I've got a warehouse. I do shipping and receiving, tracking inventory and stuff. And it's just me there usually. So I'm training a guy this week. And so I've had, my attention has been on other things all week long. So it's kind of gone by a lot faster than normal.
That's a good thing when it goes by fast.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie, because
Nope. I'm okay with it.
usually when Monday hits, I'm ready for Friday. I'm ready for the weekend already.
Yeah. Yep.
I mean, that's just the way it is.
And then when Sunday night rolls around, you're crying again. Like, man.
I try not to even think about the next day when it's Sunday. Just don't.
You just don't.
No.
Yeah. Well, hey, if my thing doesn't work out, I might be calling you up and saying, "Hey, who do you work for? I got to do something from home. Send me a link."
Hey, there's entry level positions for sure.
Yeah.
Miss K says she hates Monday. Mondays is the worst. Mondays is the worst. It's the longest 4-letter word ever.
Yeah. Yeah.
Even though it's not a 4-letter word. It's the
Mondays are
longest
like
4-letter word.
like having a go hang out with your ex, like
with your current.
Yeah, that's Monday.
Yeah.
It's very Monday-ish.
Yes. It's like having to go visit your ex while you're with your wife.
Yeah.
Or go visit
Although,
go visit your girlfriend while
ironically,
your wife is with you too. So.
my ex and like my direct ex and my wife, my current wife, we all kind of get along pretty good. So yes, Boneyard has Monday. He's always off on Mondays.
Well, aren't you just special? You
Yeah.
and your bones and your yards and your Jeep.
You and your bones and your yard. Yep. But he's got, so that just makes his Tuesday tainted. Because now
true.
his Tuesday is his Monday.
Listen, Tuesday is almost the worst day. Tuesday is almost just as bad as Monday. Okay, Monday's bad, but you go in. Tuesday, you go in, and there's nothing to look forward to. That is the slump day of the week because you just had Monday. You're tired from that. You got a full week left to go, and there's nothing to look forward to. Hump day is easy. You're getting over that hump midway through the day. You can see the light. Thursday, you're downhill. The next day is Friday. So there you go. But
Yeah.
Tuesdays are the worst day.
Yep. Thursdays are cool because Thursday you're like, oh, tomorrow's Friday.
Well, see, there's another one. Level Up. Mike says Tuesdays is day off. YouTube record day. I kind of record mine almost, I don't know, kind of sporadically, but I do mine after work, and I try to do them on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. I get off work 3 hours before my wife does, so I'll try to get most things edited, and then it's family
While
time.
she's still doing that,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the other thing. You gotta do some family time too.
Mm-hmm. And for me, I don't know about everywhere else, but for me, school started Wednesday, so my youngest is in high school, and he didn't have his body ready because he was a night owl the whole summer.
Oh, ouch. Yep.
Yeah, so he's been struggling. So
Yeah. That's a struggle. That's actually what my stepdaughter, and she's only 10. She's
Mhm.
been every night for like the last 2 weeks, staying up all night playing Roblox.
Roblox.
Yeah,
Edit. The only work day we like is Friday. Yep,
correct.
that's true. That's very true. But yeah, okay. Any more tech questions before we get on out of here? Any more podcasting questions that you may have for Clay or myself or anyone else in chat?
Yep, because we are at our hour mark
Mm-hmm.
as we speak. Mike said,
You know,
Thursday, I usually record my final thoughts on videos I shot on Tuesday. Oh, he said his daughter too. Total vampire playing games. Yep.
yeah, that's my son. That's my son, and he plays a lot of NBA 2K, and he plays a lot of I think Call of Duty.
I don't know if I've mentioned it a couple times. He's talking about gaming. My son's been doing the fantasy football stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not much into sports, but I'm starting to dig his new format because he's showing his teams because he uses Team Builder
Mm-hmm.
on TikTok. If you want to look him up, I believe it's Coded Crusader. But now he's starting to show his teams and he's talking about them and giving like history information on all the factual, like the real teams.
Oh, very cool.
It's cool. Talking about
Um,
coaches, talking to coaches, stuff like that.
I like that. I like that a lot, actually.
Mm-hmm.
You sent me one of those things and it was really cool.
Yeah.
Let's see. Know Your Joe wants to know what interface is Miss K using if she's here. If you're here, Miss K, what interface are you using for
I
when
believe she'll answer. She'll correct me.
Yeah.
I believe she's using the Fine SC3.
I believe it is as well. Which I really like the Fine SC3.
Yeah, I haven't checked that one out yet. The only one that I got so far that they sent me was the SC1, which
It is a great little budget interface.
It's more geared towards musicians, though.
The one you have, the SC1?
Yeah, the SC1.
Yeah.
The SC3 is definitely gamer oriented, slash secondary as a podcaster.
There you go. Yes, sir. Fine SC3.
Yep.
And it works great.
Yeah.
It works great, especially for games because you're able to split your track up a little bit. Oh, and what mic, Miss K? I believe I know that one as well.
I think it's the tank.
It is, yeah.
Yeah. So there you go, Joe.
That's actually what made me start watching Miss K was she got the Tank 3 around the same time I did. And when I review a mic, I like to go through after I put mine out there and see what other people thought of it. And yeah, we were right on the same thing. It is built like a tank. It is a great mic.
Yeah. I like the look. I don't hate the sound. The sound is great.
It's just not for you.
It's just not, it's just not pushing any buttons for me.
And that's the thing with microphones. Not every mic is going to be the one for you. Like this one looks and sounds great, but it's not something that's, exciting, Clay.
Right.
I really enjoy the sound of this microphone. In its normal bass settings. Now I like it more in this custom setting. But yeah, there's a lot of these microphones. There's a lot of microphones. I still say best microphone that Fine has,
Mm-hmm.
in my personal opinion, is the K6690.
Agreed. Mics are like ice cream. Lots of flavors out there. Everybody's got their favorite. Yep.
Mm-hmm. Kind of like Rocky Road.
And it's nice having multiple flavors.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Even ones you can put sprinkles on, like I did with the Mayano and the
sprinkles.
And a Fiduce. Yeah, my little customizations. I'm probably not gonna customize this one, although if I did, I've already thought about it. I would probably make the grill red. Just try to figure out how to make this grill red
without clogging it up.
Yeah, but there's no way to actually take out the inside without taking the full mic apart. So
No, you know what? It seems like the only way you could do that would be lightly paint it, like lightly do one layer at a time with like a roller, some sort of mini roller.
A brush. I could do it with a brush. Just
Yeah.
it's called dry painting, to where you get just the smallest amount on you and you kind of brush it on a paper towel first, and then you lightly go over it, and it's
And just
just
do a layer after layer.
layer after layer after layer, and I'm
Yeah.
not doing that. So
Right.
all right, guys. That does it for this episode of Budget Podcasting with Clay and Kevin. So for Clay, I am Kevin saying, if we don't see you again, thank you for being a friend.
Good night.